Hey, this is my entry to the Patreon competition going on now, being held by Yuri, Uncle Jessy and Peter Snyder. The model I chose to print was the Black Mask helmet that is modeled by Peter Snyder. Don't know how I nearly forgot that. Always loved the character, always wanted to print it. Thought it was a great opportunity to, you know, print a big helmet, which I love. I did print the front bit, as you just seen. It took about 35 hours to print just for the face, and as you can see in the back, I have the back printing on the CR10. That's what I used to print. Super happy with how it came out. It was printed at 0.2 for the most of the helmet. I actually had 3 processes, so that means that I had 0.2 up until the gums, and then I went to 0.15 to get that detail on that teeth, and then went back to 0.2 to finish off the jaw because I printed it upside down. Profile was Chris Elkin's Simplified 3D profile. I changed the support settings a little bit, added dense support layers, which I didn't do too well because I didn't set the infill high enough, so that resulted in a poor result at the top of the helmet, as you'll see in a bit when I show you. Other than that, I'm very happy with how it came out. Printed it just at 100% scale and it fits perfectly. So yeah, I'll just give you a quick run over the helmet as it is right now. As I said, I'm super happy with the helmet. The only thing I did mention was I printed the teeth at 0.15. That was really nice to see the process actually be effective there. As you can see, as I moved to the top did not turn out too well where the supports were mainly. Obviously I had to do a hot swap with some purple filament. Saying that, the filament is 3D fillies. With the top of the helmet, I'm just going to either try some XTC 3D or some wood filler, or maybe a combination of both. Otherwise, the rest of the helmet does not really need it. Just needs a bit of cleaning up around the eyes. I'll use some 80 grit sandpaper on this and 80 grit on that, and then either join them together if they'll fit, or create a hinge system, and then I'll show you from there. with another quick update for the black mask helmet. I did put a layer of XTC 3D on the top of the helmet, but as I was doing it, I could tell that it wasn't going to do the job good enough, so I sanded that back. And then, as you've seen, I just did a layer of wood filler over the top just to fill in the deep grooves that the filler primer won't be able to get without a lot of coat. The next thing to do is lay down a few coats of filler primer onto the black mask helmet and the back bit. After the filler primer has dried, I'll take an 80 grit piece of sandpaper to both pieces, sand that all the way down, and then just repeat that process of spraying and sanding until I get a smooth enough finish that I can work up to higher grits to really get that smoothness. I've now went over the helmet with a few coats of primer filler and a few rounds of sanding, and it's up to the point where I need to start working into the higher grit. So first off, what I'm going to do is go over both the helmet pieces with just a normal primer, a grey primer from Rust-Oleum. I'm going to let that dry and just check to see if I've missed any imperfections or low spots or high spots that needs to be fixed. And then I'll just start to move up to the higher grits. As I get even higher into 400, 600, I really want to start wet sanding to really get that smooth look. I'm going for a really glossy black. So we'll see how it goes and I'll take it from there. Hey guys, what's going on? Just back here with another update. As you've seen, I've wet sanded the helmet all the way up to 1000 grit. I really wanted to get it really smooth and shiny. So now that I'm happy with the finish that is there, it's ready for paint. So my idea is to have a coat or two of chrome spray paint first, and then a few coats of black gloss on top. The main reason for the chrome is just so when I do the weathering process, what effect I really want to achieve is when I sand back all the hard corners and edges, that you get that chrome through underneath so it looks like metal. I'm not sure if it's going to work properly. I've tried it on a few other props and I'm happy with it, but I'm not sure if it will translate well for the black mask. So fingers crossed. So after both paints have dried, I'll pick back up from here and show you how I'm going to go about trying to achieve that effect of metal underneath the gloss black. The helmet is fully painted and ready to be weathered. So what I'm going to do to start off is I've got my 120 grit sandpaper here. I'm just going to take a small piece here that ripped off. I'm just going to take my small piece of sandpaper here, and the main idea is all these hard edges that you can't really see because of the gloss black. I really want to bring them out with the sandpaper because the chrome underneath will hopefully show through. But I've had a couple problems with the paint. I think that the paint did not dry completely 100% because it was either too humid or I put it on too thick. I'm not too sure, but hopefully it doesn't gum up too much because it's still a little bit tacky and it's been a few days, so I'm just going to have to go ahead. So I'm just going to run this sandpaper over hard edges like this brow line. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that on most or all the hard edges, and then I'll show you what it looks like then. just another thing I'm gonna do for weathering, just something new, is mix together a bit of black and a bit of crimson red acrylic paint that I have and try and make a sort of a blood color. And I'm gonna dip the brush in it and hopefully try and get a splatter effect over the front of the mask. Just like he is sort of a gangster, something like that. I feel like something at one point in his career of being a criminal, he had blood splatter on his mask. So yeah, I'm just gonna mix up the paint and then give it a go. I do like how the helmet still remains that shininess under all those scratches. I think that it just gives that look that the helmet has just been thrown around, he doesn't care anymore. I'm very excited to put it together so I can actually wear it, put some padding in there, and then actually do the black eye makeup, and I'll show it all off at the end. So I'm ready to attach the helmet together, and I had a good think about how I was going to do it. I picked up 2 magnets, just 2 rare earth magnets, and this is just some aluminium sheet that I got. I cut that into little squares, and I'm going to be gluing that on the inside of the sides of the helmet. As you can see, I just put the 2 halves together and I drew lines so I know everything is going to match up. So yeah, I'm going to glue those into the sides and then glue the magnets to these strips that I just sprayed black and then just sanded down where the magnet was actually going to be glued to the piece of plastic. So they're going to be glued to the back and have little tabs so they can stick out and then reach the aluminium. For the top, I'm just going to use these 3 elastic straps and glue them there. So it always remains attached. I just want to do that for the extra security. I think even if the magnets do fail or glue fails, I always have the added security of the elastic straps holding it on at the top. So yeah, I'll get to doing that. I'm going to glue everything in place and then I'll show you what I've done from there. Hey guys, I'm one step closer to the finished product here. The magnets with the strips of aluminium are in. They were pretty effective. I'm super happy with how it come out. The elastic's in. It honestly gives such a nice look. I'm really happy with the look that it comes with when it's fully sealed. To to show you what I meant, like what I envisioned for the elastic was, so once you pop that out, you can sort of just move it like that without it having been detached. So if you do take it off at a con, or you do need to get it off somehow but you don't want to hold around two pieces, then that's fair enough. Then I thought this would be a good idea. So, you know, you just slick it back in, push it in, and it's seamless again. So yeah, I'm super happy with how it looks right now. All I gotta do now is just put in some padding so it fits my head nicely. I'm just gonna do that with some packing foam or upholstery foam, and then I can call this done. So that's it, guys, the helmet is done. I'm super happy with how it came out. It was fun, it was a learning curve like always. So first off, I just want to give a huge thank you to Peter for modelling this black mask helmet. It's an amazing model, super easy to print, very nice to finish. I loved every bit of it. And I also want to give a huge thank you to Peter, Yuri and Uncle Jessy just for holding this competition. It's a great opportunity for everyone. Yeah, I'm super proud to enter this into the competition as my entry. I want to wish every other participant good luck, and I hope someone who watched this learned something or took something from it. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone, I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up or subscribe for more. I'm going to have a lot more videos like this. So yeah, thanks to everyone, have a good day, have a great week. This is Jake from JTS Cosplay. I'll see you again in the next video.